unboxing the Razer Kraken V4. If at any point during the video you want to check out this exact same headset, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links, but let's get this box opened up. I am excited about these. I actually did this massive video where I compared every single Razer headset, literally every single one. That video cost a lot of money, but these are the next generation of Krakens, and well, I'm very excited because that's really one of their best headsets. I love the unboxing experience. It's very Razer, and look at this. It's got a little pull tab there. Ooh, that's very premium. That's nice. And in here, that's kind of cool. We got some stickers that I'm never gonna use, but check that out. That's kind of cool. It's a very, very cool stylized instruction manual, which I like. But let's get to the headset itself. Looks like right in the middle here, we've got the dongle with a little cover over it. That's a little tiny USB Type-C dongle with a little bitty Razer stamped in it. It's so small, I'm dropping it. No, it's so tiny, you're probably gonna lose this thing and have to look everywhere for it. But if you keep it plugged in, look, even the edge is kind of like rounded off. That's some attention to detail right there, and it says 2.4. That's kind of cool. Let's get to the headset now. Taking this out, ooh, it feels way different from the last generation. Wow, okay, we got a lot of stuff going on. First of all, we got THX, like it's THX certified, spatial audio, so we got that stamped in both sides, which is pretty cool. Razer across the top. This top band is way thicker and it's got like a plush leather on top. I know it doesn't look like it's plush, but it feels very soft. This top band is way thicker than before, and that is a very plush, that's much more padding. We can also see these are quite beefy right here. I mean, this is way bigger than I expected this to be. Definitely bigger than the last generation. Then we also see some details there. We have exposed wires, and I believe this is all plastic. Now, we've seen this in the Razer Kyras, all of those. Every single one of the Kyras has these plastic bands similar to this, and I don't hate it because it does cut down on the weight, although these actually don't seem too light. Let's do the weight test. Placing the Kraken V4s on the scale, this comes in at 344.2 grams. Definitely not super heavy, but definitely not the lightest. But I will say all this feels durable. You can also see the thickness here on the plastic is much more so than you'd get on something like metal. So I am gonna give that a pass, but 180 bucks, that's a lot of money. I will say out of the box, it actually does feel very premium for being majority plastic. Now this I think is supposed to light up. This gloss section here does look very nice. We do have fabric earmuffs. Ooh, they're like memory foam. Those feel very nice. We have right and left stamped inside of them. They can fold flat. How do they feel? Okay, they kind of pull up my neck a little bit. It is nice and tactile to open those up. And as far as controls here, we've got a few of them. We got a significant texture on the power button, which is a smart move. Then we've got a nicely ooh, that's very smooth and luxurious feeling volume wheel. It goes infinitely, so obviously it's whatever you connect it to. Then we've got a mic mute switch, which is electronic. And then we've got a mode switching button and your game chat mix. So I guess you're gonna hit the game chat, that's gonna be one of them, and then you're gonna hit the other thing, and that's just gonna be your volume, probably, maybe. But then we have something interesting, which I honestly didn't even know. That's the mic, and oh my God, that mic looks sick. So it's like metal, but it's wrapped in plastic, but the end of it, you gotta check this out. If this mic doesn't sound good, that's gonna suck because it looks awesome. Look at the inside too, it's on both sides. And I believe that little thing right there is gonna be your mic mute. It's gonna show you if it's muted or not. That looks awesome, guys. Let's get a fit test right away. Putting it on the head. Ooh, that's nice and comfortable. Wow, that really disperses the weight very, very nicely. It does feel bigger than the last generation, but it does kind of like sculpt around your head better. How is this to push this in? It is definitely firm. So when you wanna do that, you definitely have to press in. How do you get it back out? Maybe there's a learning curve. To grab that back out, it's a little weird. If you can see here, when it's in there, you've kind of got like, you've got to put your, okay, I get that. But it still is a lot more difficult than something like SteelSeries. They're push in, push out. Let's try it again. Maybe now that I know it, it'll be easy. Okay, it's a lot easier now. That was just first impression stuff. I like this. It feels really good and it feels better than the last generation of Krakens. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. Then we're gonna get to the gaming test. All right, opening these up, these have like two, oh my gosh, that's really cool. Check that out. So we got cable in here. This looks like a extender Ooh, and that's like wrapped. That's premium. I guess they don't give you metal on the headset itself, so like they gotta give you something premium. This is a nicely thick wrapped cable. That is a very premium cable. So we got USB-C so that we can get the extender in there like that. So if you want to extend it or plug it into your Xbox or whatever, is this compatible with the Xbox? It does not say it's compatible with the Xbox, but it does say it's compatible with the PlayStation. So that's nice. Switch, Steam Deck, and obviously your phone. But this has the titanium Triforce drivers, which I really like those from Razer. It'll be interesting to see with this next generation if they tune them any differently. But let's go into this other pocket here, which I believe is your charging cable. Guys, these cables are like heavy. These are really premium cables. I'm telling you, I think that like on video, they're gonna look normal, but they are thicker and they are so tightly wrapped in fabric. It is really, really nice. But yeah, that's a nice long charging cable. But with that, I believe it's everything in the box. Let's do the gaming test. Let's turn these on, check out that RGB, holding down the power button. And then it says power on. Razer comes up. Not super bright, honestly. Although when you look straight on, it does look pretty cool. This is nice and bright, but these around here just doesn't look as bright as I was expecting. But when it gets a little bit dimly lit, it actually looks really, really cool. This is really nice and bright. This is a little bit more of an effect, which I actually do like. It's really only worth it if you're like a streamer or something, because when does it make sense to have RGB wasting your battery life? Unless you're like looking at yourself while gaming, which is super weird. Before we jump in game, let's go to Synapse. All right, so clicking on the Kraken V4, this is just how it came up on the screen, haven't touched anything. So we can see we have chat mix here, volume. If I click that button, it's this button here that's gonna switch that. So that's still volume. It goes very quickly. Wow, that's interesting. I don't like that as much. Okay, so here, so this button right here switches your modes. You can see it switching, but it came in music stock, standard, at least I believe it did. I kind of want to just try it in custom, just a flat EQ and then THX spatial audio. I mean, we got to do that, right? Okay, right away, I'm going to tell you one thing I don't like is the volume goes up, like this is one click and it goes from 64, that was one click. Sometimes it does 4. See, that was one click. Why is it inaccurate? Yeah, sometimes it's just like randomly inaccurate. That's really strange. All right, guys, immediately jumping into game. Very, very clear. The clarity here is really good. Maybe not quite as clear as the ROGs, but still really good. Ooh, the spatial audio is cool. All right, I'm gonna switch to game just to see. That's what they say is the best. They called it game, so we're gonna try it. Ooh, yeah, nice and crispy. Directional audio here, especially inside, but I do like the way these fit on my head. It's so hard to tell in a game like this when it's just so chaotic all the time. Yeah, it's really clear. I mean, these titanium drivers, I've used them a lot before, and they are really, really good. Very crispy without being overbearing. I don't know how the bass is gonna be. I really can't tell, honestly, in game. It'll definitely be interesting to see that, but let's get right on to doing the mic test. Then we're gonna go through, we're gonna test some of the sound profiles in the software, then we're gonna do a music test, see how this thing sounds with music. Let's test out the mic.
This is the Razer Kraken V4.
Not bad, not bad. There are a bunch of controls over here in the mic settings, so we can turn up and down the microphone volume. We have a voice gate to control the threshold of the mic input. We have a mic equalizer, which is super, I mean, that's a lot of things to adjust, which is really, really cool. We can listen to our microphone through the headset, which is really cool. And then we have some enhancements here. We have vocal clarity. We're gonna try that. We're just gonna keep it at 55, volume normalized. Let's turn this up to 75. We're gonna keep both those on, and we're gonna leave noise cancellation off and just see how that is. We'll do another mic test.
This is the mic test of the Razer Kraken V4 with all of the enhancements.
It's a little strange with one of those sections right there, but it's not bad. It's clear. It's not a lot of bass with it. For a wireless mic, it's clear, and I think that's what counts. But with that, let's listen to some music. Now to do this, I'm gonna start in custom, which is flat, and then I'm gonna go through all of their presets, and then I'm gonna customize EQ for myself, as well as switch between THX and stereo. Let's do it. Not a ton of bass initially, but not bad bass either. Let's go to music now. Ooh, the bass gets way up there. Yeah, the bass in music is actually like, that's tuned very well for music. I'm gonna try to take the top trebles up. Wow. So I pull the trebles way up here, up to 9, and the clarity when doing that that's actually really impressive. You really get pretty dang good clarity on those upper end trebles. I really didn't change this too much. This is pretty much, I think, perfect for me. That's really impressive, guys. For the price point too, like 180 bucks. Honestly, for music, once you tune it slightly, set it to the music, that's a really good starting point, and then kind of modify it from there. I think it just undid my stuff, which makes sense because I should have just done the custom, but really quite impressive here, guys. These titanium drivers, I don't know if they've modified them or changed them, or maybe it's just how they implemented into these cans, but really quite impressive here. Before we go, let's just go through everything again. We have an enhanced mode, we have a bass boost mode, vocal clarity mode, we saw the mic stuff. Let's go to lighting, 25% brightness. Maybe that's why it wasn't very bright then. Let's turn this all the way up. Oh wow, that's way brighter in a bright room. Yeah, okay, that's crazy. They probably did that from stock to like conserve battery. Let's go into kind of like a dimmer area. Yeah, that's super bright now. That looks really, really cool. That's gonna kill your battery life in like 2 seconds. And they have a little spatial audio demo, so I'm just gonna go through that really quick. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, these THX spatial audio definitely does quite a bit to like get that like wrap around effect. It's not quite as crazy as you might expect it to be, but for like getting that level up, if the game like supports it, to get even more of not just that immersive audio, but also giving you kind of like a leg up in terms of like knowing where the enemy is, that's pretty cool. Overall, do I recommend the Kraken V4s? Absolutely. These are great for not just listening to music, but excellent for gaming, especially if you want that THX spatial surround. And the build quality here, while it is mainly plastic, I think it's really, really solid, and these are definitely gonna hold up, and the comfort on head is supreme, plus the RGB is really cool. Not that that really matters, but overall, really impressed with the Kraken V4s. Again, if you wanna check them out, there are Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. This is a Consumer Tech Review High Speed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.